Continuing our presentation of RadCORE 6, let's now talk about our main form. I've already had a preview of the improvements. I've already started explaining to you the improvements to our main form, but let's go into detail now. We have had several improvements regarding our themes. For those who don't know it yet, RadCORE brings with it theme control that works very well, so you can choose, configure colors, details, and a series of other settings within your project. We will have standard themes where you can change the look here, so you can choose the best layout you want for your application. And I have Theme as Light, which will bring the white menu, which is another option that we can use within RadCORE, and the details of the color theme on the buttons in some visual items that are used on the screen. Then you will be able to choose any of them for your application. So I'm going to change our theme here to this one, which I think is really cool. Okay, and then you have, look, all the options. For example, here in the menu, I can click, I can change the color I want, select a new color, and then I'll configure my layout. I can also paste the hexacode of a color and bring it here. Remembering that each item here has a composition. So you see, I changed the menu here. Here's another item you will soon get, BG. All of these are the items that you change here in the menu and configure buttons. Okay? Lookup fields, edit fields, grids, okay? So you have a whole configuration here of screen items for you to use with our theme control used here within RadCORE. In addition to all of this, theme control brings a series of other benefits that we will see in detail. But I will first select the model and reset the application so that it applies the configuration globally. Then you see that the focus of the edit has already changed following the theme pattern. So that's our theme control. You can have a cool look in your application in a very simple way, configuring these items on the screen. Beauty? Let's take a look at what else we have here that's new. Our dynamic menu has a new layout. I already mentioned it to you here in previous videos, okay? And now we have more news, okay? So we will now have it within our dynamic menu, okay? I'm not going to go into other details here, but just to say, let's skip our translation here. I'll skip to talk about our new model, which is our micro menu. RadCORE already has themes in control. We'll open it here and you'll take a look. Exit the menu. So I can improve the font of my menu. I can work with the micro, with live menu. If I don't check anything, it will work with the decoupled menu. But at the demonstration level, now let's play with the computer. Micro menu, what is it in the sense? You close the menu, it will be there with just the icons. I hovered the mouse over it, it will open automatically. Exit the menu, it will not close. So this here is our starting pattern, but you will be able to mark the auto close here. You mark the auto close, okay, on our menu. So when you close the menu, which is obvious, guys, forgive me, I just need to apply our new change. So by applying our new change, I will be able to close the menu, entered, exited. It will both open and close now in an automated way. It's true. So there is more benefit here that we will have. Remembering that, right? Now, when you enter mobile mode, RadCORE will automatically transform our menu into the live menu. The live menu, as you can see, will not stay on the border here precisely because we already have very limited space on the cell phone screen, so it will transform into the live menu. This way the menu will be hidden and you will be able to use the options naturally. It's back, it's working with the desktop, the menu returns to its standard use. Beauty, so another new feature that we will have in RadCORE 6. Theme control. We mentioned at the beginning that we were now bringing up the issue of font album 6. So here in our theme control layout, we already have font awesome 6 activated here. So we will have it here, for example, in our mega demo in the buttons. We will already have it here. I will close the screen here. I already bring here new button spin models. Font awesome 5 practically only has a model, which is interesting to observe, which is what the name already says, which is spin. So click here, it will show us how it works. As for font awesome 6, it has all these other models, so I will have bit fade, bounce, fade, flip, and shake. So font awesome 3 brings these new features, right? For those who have font awesome Pro, you will be able to see examples of light, duotone, and thin here. So here you see that it has this little square because my version is the free version of font awesome 6. If you have configured your version 6 Pro, you will see the active light, dual tone, and thin model here on the screen. If I close it, I will close my screen here and mark here that I don't want font awesome 6. The RadCORE will work with font awesome 5 and maintaining the compatibility of everything. Remembering that even if you work with version 6, is it okay? Great care was taken for RadCORE to internally convert nomenclatures, okay? Which are now used differently in font JSON 6. Although it maintains backwards compatibility, internally RadCORE also now takes care of converting the JSON 5 to 6 font naming standard in an automated way. Okay, let's see our other details. So we've already seen the color selection, okay? We will now have an option, guys, to hide the scroll bar on mobile. So let's go, I have mine and scroll bar here, and then I will have the hide on mobile option. It is already active. You may have noticed, especially bank apps, food apps, that when you have several options, I'm going to open the model here so we can talk more properly. I'm going to open the panel. I'm going to close it here. I'm going to ask it to run here. It creates several panels at runtime. So if I have my form here, my form is small, my scroll bar is shown. By default, the scroll bar will be displayed. So this new option that I'm bringing here on RadCORE will allow you to create a layout so that when you're on mobile, this scroll bar that we saw, it doesn't appear, but the swiping functionality remains active. A request that already had effect from users was the option to disable RC Translate. We have already seen RadCORE internally uses RC Translate to be able to dynamically translate various screen items. If you now uncheck this item, RadCORE will remove RC Translate, it will remove the language selector, and you will work with the language. Just disable the guide tool. For those who also don't use the guide tool, we are bringing here some more options here to disable and enable. Then blank. Here I have it disabled. If I click here, it will activate the guide tool for me. So for those who don't know, I'm going to activate our guide tool here. I'm going to restart, and I'm going to enter my application. So the guide tool is this, folks. So it's that model that I can create a kind of help in which the user, I configure what are the items on my screen that I want to receive my guide tool, provide an explanation, and it will assemble it for me step by step. That's right, folks. No HTML at all, just RadCORE's own native resources. So this is another resource that we are bringing here within RadCORE for users to use this very interesting resource. Let's go. We are now bringing you new tab sheet models. So let's go here. Sorry, I had to refresh, sorry. Let me turn off our guide tool here, so he doesn't keep showing up. And here we go, layout. You can see that I have a tab sheet up here with a white background and the letters in the color of my current theme. This is precisely this new feature. Tab sheets.
Cheese.
There are so many options that I end up forgetting. So I'm bringing my Tammy border here. I'm disabling the inner border, and I'm turning my tab sheet into tabs button. So these settings I applied, and my tab sheet of all the components I opened. So if I open a customer record, for example, you'll see it, right? Let me just close the damn thing here. So look, my tab sheet on all my screens will assume this same pattern, okay? So you'll have these options now, okay? So I can choose Temaful, where it will paint my entire tab. I can remove the bot. I can leave a border. So you will be able to make several configurations. And with the new tab sheet style, there are some more configuration details for you grids, is right? And we're going to close this stage here of demonstrating RadCORE 6, okay?